Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Coleman Owenby, and you're watching episode 3 of my channel. Today, I want to talk about really the core of what motivates me and my story. I said, as I was writing my personal statement for law schools the other day, that my superpower is the ability to break every mold that's ever been tried to put on me. You know, you guys have heard the saying, "Oh wow, that man broke the mold." Well, I live it, and I've lived it for a very long time. When I was 3 years old, I was improperly diagnosed with epilepsy. I was having roughly 50 to 100 absent seizures a day, but not all my symptoms lined up with the types of epilepsy that the doctors were trying to connect it to. So my folks didn't really agree with that, and as it turns out, they were correct. I was diagnosed at age 6 and still have a pituitary adenoma inside my pituitary gland. The adenoma is a non-cancerous, non-active abscess that really more or less takes up space, but because it takes up space and it's not supposed to be there, it can cause seizures and other bodily issues. Thankfully, none of which I have anymore. Well, I still have side effects of some things, but not nearly as serious as when I was younger, which is another reason they thought it was epilepsy, because there are certain conditions within epilepsy that can be grown out through adolescence and then eventually completely gone by adulthood. But the gray area there that was not solved was why my folks pushed for further and further testing. I spent probably the first 10, 12, maybe even 15 years of my life in and out of the Children's Hospital of Atlanta. The doctors there are awesome, by the way, if anybody sees this from that facility. I love you guys. You've done a lot for me. One of these days I really hope I can get back to you, but not to get off topic. Spending all that time doing that as a kid, you know, they say before 12 you really don't, you have some memories, but you don't have the comprehension of it. And looking back, almost 25 now, I really see where this attitude of do it anyway and where I get things done and I break molds as I go along. It really started at a young age biologically, and because of how I was brought up from that stuff, I truly benefited from it. I'm telling you guys this story not because I'm looking for a pity party or anything like that. I'm telling you this because based on what the doctors told my parents, you know, he'll be slow, he won't grow very quickly, you know, all these things that were never true. And it just proves to me that no matter what anybody says in your life, you are your own person, and whatever happens, happens, whether that's by divine intervention or the universe or whatever you believe in. You have 100% control over your life, and I've learned that literally, figuratively, in any way you can say it. As I'm applying to law schools, I'm writing this stuff down in my personal statement, and it really inspired me to make this video, because as I'm trying to increase my social presence on social media, I thought it would be important for me to really tell my story. A lot of you guys know that I was, restricted from physical activity for a long time, but now you can see me on Instagram doing workouts and things like that. Well, I've overcome the medical precursors, whether by design or miracle, however you want to say it. I'm just really happy to be here making this video for you guys. I still have things that come from the medical conditions, such as allergies to medications or even my poor small motor skills. So if you've ever read anything that I've written down, that's why I have terrible handwriting. It's not an excuse, but it's kind of a comical thing now that I understand that. Even looking at these notes that I have here, I can barely read it. The overall goal of this video, though, like I said, I want to tell my story in hopes that it inspires you guys to go out and accomplish whatever dream that you have, because you do have 100% control of your life, and that's the gist of it. And if I can get through it, I know you guys can too. So if you like this video, please share it with a friend. Just share it with one friend. You don't have to share it with all of them. I'd really appreciate it. Maybe it'll reach somebody that went through something similar to what I went through, and I can connect with them through social media. That would be the ultimate goal here. And I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video today. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be putting out more content, filming this on my brand new GoPro, so really stoked about that. And I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week.